at you today to talk to you about that real. I really didn't prepare today to talk to you about the tips and tricks of weight loss, but I also vowed to you all that I was going to keep it real. It's more about that emotional side, about the stuff you need to do while you're losing weight, after you lose weight, and before you even contemplate losing weight. A lot of these things apply to other stuff in your life. I get a lot of questions from you guys asking me how I feel now that I've kept the weight off so long. And I think now with keeping it off, because that's the hardest part of weight loss, I get fed up with hearing all these commercials that talk so much about, oh, your life will be so much better once you lose weight. I'm sitting up like,
why the f you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my gosh, stop f***ing lying.
One thing I wanted to clear up and say is that weight loss is not just weight loss. I think it's about the pounds on the scale. It's about the stuff that we're doing. It's about the exercise we're getting into, food that we're eating, when really it's all about a lot of other life changes as well. When you lose weight, everything in your life changes. There's no manual, no books, no friends, and no one that's going to be able to help you with all of those changes. So even when you get over to the other side and you lose all the weight and you look the best that you ever looked or felt in your life before, we find that we need to let go of the people, the bad habits, and even the bad thoughts about ourselves. When you lose weight, it's not just about those pounds. It's not just about that number on the scale. It's not just about those measurements or that dress you really wanted to wear or those pants you've been trying to get into since high school. It really is about changing your life for the better, thinking about your future and who belongs in your life and who doesn't, why you made the changes to begin with, and why it was so important for you to fight the good fight and get through it. We think about how am I gonna look and how am I gonna feel, but nobody tells you that it's gonna take dropping a lot of other bad habits and losing a lot of other weights in order to truly lose weight. The next thing is losing weight. That might be a easier part for some people, but keeping it off is you heard me. Keeping the weight off is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. In 9 years, I'm almost like a addict of some sort. Pizza, chips, fries. Keeping the weight off ain't no pump. Everybody around you ain't about supporting your weight loss and your lifestyle and what you're doing in order to keep it off. You gotta figure that out on your own. I thought in my head, oh God, I'm really doing the hardest part, getting up and getting this weight off and doing it all. But once you lose it, it's kind of like, now what? Every year I have to reinvent myself. Every year I have to do something different in order for me to stay motivated. Otherwise, the pounds creep right on up and I might just gain the weight right back, so all of my good work will be in vain. So if you're starting that weight loss journey or whatever journey you're on, think in terms of what's gonna happen after. It's okay to have a plan. It's okay to think, after I lose this weight, I'm gonna try out for a bodybuilding competition. I'm gonna pick up some kind of hobby that includes intramural sports or basketball or tennis or football. I'm gonna get into kickboxing, or I'm gonna run a marathon. You have to think ahead, because if you don't, you get complacent with where you are. And guess what? More than 80% of people who lose weight gain it back and some. And that's research, y'all. The next thing is weight loss teaches you to be better at life. Every time I come up on something that's hard, I think about how I lost weight. And a lot of times people will say, well, weight loss has nothing to do with anything. It has everything to do with something. When you lose weight and you keep it off, oh my God, it makes you think you can do anything. You can achieve anything. You can conquer any goal. When I lost weight, it was my first year of graduate school. By the time I got to my 5th year and I was ready to graduate with my PhD, I had told myself a million times, you've done so much with yourself. You've worked hard. You pushed hard. When people didn't believe in you, you did it. Okay? You don't give up on your hopes and your dreams just because people say you can't do it. I validate myself. Throughout my weight loss, I never really had strict workout partners, and I think that was good and essential for my life, because I realized I didn't need anybody to push me to wake up in the morning to go work out. I didn't need anybody to tell me what I needed to eat and why or why not. And I didn't need anybody to lead, guide, or direct my life in order for me to be successful, unless it was God. That helped me in so many other areas of my life. Now, even in my career, I don't look to others to validate me, to say my worth, or to say what I am, or to say what I'm good at. I know what I'm good at, and I know what I'm capable of, because guess what? I lost that weight. And I lost people in my life that didn't deserve to be there. And I lost a lot of bad thoughts about myself. I learned what I could achieve without even giving thought to it. I learned what I was good at. I learned what I was bad at. I stared myself in the face and I saw myself for who I really was, and I was able to see those strengths. I was able to see that I could push harder than I ever thought I could before. And so guess what? I care about me a lot more. And a lot of people don't tell you that a lot of your self-worth rises because you realize what you can do. But that doesn't come overnight. It doesn't come with just losing the weight. It comes with changing your mind over that time. Further, I care more about what I think. So if you don't like me, I could care less because you wasn't with me when I was sweating in the gym. The next thing is that weight loss makes you face your weakness. A lot of times we don't want to look in the mirror and figure out what our weaknesses are. We don't want to be aware of those things. I realized my weakness was food. My weakness was things that weren't good for me. My weakness was that I had low self-esteem. Not because of my weight, because I think a big girl or a big guy can have the highest self-esteem ever. But for me, it was a limiter in me determining the best that I could be. It was a limiter in me determining how far I could go. I was accepting people treating me like crap in order to fit in or feel loved or in order to feel adored. I was looking for others to tell me how good I was and how great I was and how determined and achieved I was, when all I needed was to show myself that I could show and prove. So it made me stare those ugly things about myself in the face. So when you get on this journey, don't think it's gonna be all cake and pie. Literally. It's gonna be about you taking care of you and you figuring out what those weaknesses are so you can challenge those demons and you can look yourself in the face and say, I can do this. And I don't like what I've become. I don't like what I am, but I'm going to move past this point. And like I told you all, thoughts and feelings and emotions and all of that has to go away, and sometimes people have to go too. A lot of times I tell y'all I lost 108 pounds and kept it off, but really I lost like something like 500 pounds. Friends and family members that didn't really deserve to be a part of my victory or my gains. They literally deserved to be a very small portion of my life, and that didn't mean I had to be mean to them because I lost weight or because I looked better or because I was more determined. It meant that it showed that people could not handle you becoming your best. And it don't matter if it's weight loss. It can matter if it's you getting a degree or you getting that job that you always wanted, or you being able to take care of your children or provide for yourself. But sometimes people ain't gonna be happy for you. So my weight loss was a blessing and a curse because it pulled me out of thinking that I needed certain people. Just like I was thinking I needed certain foods and access to certain things that weren't keeping me healthy. There were a lot of people that weren't keeping me healthy either. Every time they see you come up even a little bit, they hate. And sometimes it's good to have a little hate, because that was the reason why I got out of bed some mornings to work out. Do you hear me? But with that, new relationships began. You can look forward to when you are achieving these goals, and whether they're weight loss or other things, that new relationships will begin. People who adore you, trust you, love you, who see the work that you're putting in, who will validate you and make you feel better about yourself, who will support you in your cause. They're gonna be there to help you, guide you, hold you when it becomes hard. It's gonna be nights and days that you ain't gonna wanna do this. There's days now that I don't wanna do it. I know now that I deserve that. How to reap the benefits of the work that I put in. I'm worth it. And so are you. These are the things we don't talk about when it comes to weight loss. We're always talking about the triumphs, the victories, how good it feels, but it's not always that easy. I hope to continue to bless you all with my insights and what I've been through and what I've gone through and how it has made me much more of a better woman. If there are other things you would like to see, please let me know. Remember to come and tune in on Thursdays and Sundays. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Beautiful brown baby doll. Peace.